Coming up next on Cordisco's Corner. These morons can't get, and the leftists can't figure out the difference between anti-vaxxer and anti-mandate. I am not anti-vax. Now, whether I'm have vaccine or not, or have a booster, it's none of anybody's business. Nothing personal. Hi, folks. Welcome to Cordisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. Not your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Breaking news. Joe Rogan joins Getter as Twitter censorship intensifies. I did that breaking news there kind of tongue-in-cheek, but it is kind of breaking news. As Twitter continues to ban users from its platform, podcast superstar Joe Rogan announced on Sunday that he has set up a Getter account. Now, I'll be going on Getter soon myself. I'm not leaving YouTube, but eventually I'm going to be on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Getter, Parler, and Rumble. I'm going to start doing those on a regular basis. Some I'm going to have in the future, very much like Styx does. Stixenheimer does. He'll put content on other platforms besides YouTube that he doesn't have on YouTube, exclusive content. And eventually that's the way I'm going to go. I'm still going to be on YouTube. I'm still going to hang in here. This is where the action is. And eventually I'm going to have my own website. And of course, when the new True Social comes out, Trump's new social media, I'll definitely be on that as well. But let's get to the story from the post-millennial. Picture of Joe Rogan. As Twitter continues to ban users from its platform, podcast superstar Joe Rogan announced on Sunday that he has set up a Getter account. Just in case shit over at Twitter gets even dumber. I mean, Joe's like me, man. He just tells it like it is. I'm here now as well. Rejoice, Rogan wrote on his Getter account Sunday afternoon. Most recently, Twitter had banned Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene from their platform, citing multiple violations of the social media giant COVID-19 policies. One of Rogan's most recent interviews with his podcast was with Dr. Robert Malone, who was recently banned from the platform as well for his stance on COVID-19 vaccine. Now, this guy is one of the scientists that helped develop that type of vaccine. Now, of course, he didn't do it by himself, but he was a key player in that. And I'll just briefly just run this really quick, the interaction with Joe.
They removed you for not going along with whatever the tech narrative is, because tech clearly has a censorship agenda when it comes to COVID, in terms of treatment, in terms of whether or not you are promoting what they would call vaccine hesitancy.
That's as much as I dare show. Unbelievable. One of Rogan's most recent interviews with podcast with Dr. Robert Malone, we went through that. They removed you for not going along with whatever the tech narrative is, because tech clearly has a censorship agenda when it comes to COVID in terms of treatment, in terms of whether you're not promoting what they would call vaccine hesitancy. Now, I'll say up front, I am not anti-vaxxer. These morons can't get, and the leftists can't figure out the difference between anti-vaxxer and anti-mandate. I am not anti-vax. Now, whether I'm have vaccine or not, or have a booster, it's none of anybody's business. Nothing personal. They can ban you for that. They can ban you for, in their eyes, what they think is justifiable offense. And there's the key phrase. And almost everything the progressive left does, they think is a justifiable offense. They can ban you. They think it's justifiable because anything that fights evil is okay. Anything that any dirty tricks or legal or illegal can, as long as they're fighting evil, in other words, you're fighting Nazis in Germany in 1930s and 40s, anything you do is justifiable because you're fighting evil. That's the way they really and truly think, folks. I try really hard to give people the information and help them think, but not tell them what to think, okay? That's what I say constantly. I did a couple of radio interviews last year. I used to be a city councilman here in upstate New York, so they kind of know me in the area. And I said, I'm not telling people what to think. I'm telling them how to think. Am I partisan conservative? You bet. I make no bones about the fact. But the fact of the matter is, I give people information, they make up their own minds. But the point is, if it's not okay for me to be part of the conversation, even though I'm pointing out scientific facts that may be inconvenient, then who can be allowed? Malone said later in the conversation. And it goes on about Gitter, how it launched earlier this year as a competitor to Twitter. Jason Miller, former senior advisor to President Trump, and CEO of Gitter, said in July that the platform will remain open to opinions from any end of the political spectrum. Gitter allows users the option to import their existing tweets into this new platform, in addition to longer character count posts and clear photos. This, folks, is concerning. Is Joe Rogan the intellectual guru of the world? Of course not. But he's huge, with a huge following and a huge audience. I like Joe. I like how he handles himself. He's a little left for me. But just because I disagree with Joe doesn't mean I think he's evil. You know, it's amazing to me. Now, should he be untouchable because he has a huge audience? No, of course not. That would be dumb. I have no doubt when that video was taken down on Twitter, Joe said, and I'm probably pretty close to accurate, they did what? Those? Yeah, I have no doubt. Well, they can go themselves. I'll just set up an account on Gitter. I can almost guarantee that's the conversation that happened. It's amazing to me. It's, you know, if you feel so strongly about the case, and if you wanted to put a little note on the bottom about they think it might be misinformation, all right, I'll give them that. It's their platform. They can do what they want. I'm speaking about Twitter now. But to ban it, somebody as popular and with somebody with such a huge audience reach as Joe Rogan, and recently, just yesterday, day before, Marjorie Taylor Greene was also banned. Well, they didn't ban Joe. They just took down a video. Now, it's still all over the place. What's the point? What's the point? It's like saying, hey, please go to our competition. But they don't think of them as competition because they think they're invincible. Twitter and Facebook. We're the 300-pound gorilla in the room and nobody can screw with us. We are huge. We'll just steamroll you over. We'll do what we did to Parler when they were gaining traction. We'll lie. We'll cheat. We'll get them to lose their presence on the internet. We don't have the ideas and we cannot articulate them enough to show that we're right. We're just going to stop you from expressing your ideas. And that, folks, is evil. What did that piece of garbage Brian Stelter said last year about banning Fox from cable news? We're not taking away your freedom of speech. You can talk all you want to. We're just taking away your freedom of reach. Very clever rhyming pun. That's how evil they are. You can talk all you want to. As long as nobody's listening and nobody can hear you, it's okay. And that, folks, is incredibly dangerous to any society, and especially a republic like the United States. And this is just January. We have 11 more months to go to the midterms. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.